You know, sometimes I feel like I'm starring in one of those adventure movies like Indiana Jones, but instead of ancient relics, I'm hunting for old car parts. And not just any cars. Either we're talking about Ferraris. Man, Ferraris from the 80s that look like they've just emerged from a shipwreck. I've been through so many scrapes with these machines that, honestly, you could write a book about it. And today, I'm going to tell you a little piece of that saga, a chapter that almost made me throw in the towel and become a beachside coconut vendor. But, as they say, hope is the last thing to die, right? This particular saga begins with what seemed like a promising acquisition, a Ferrari 328 GTS, a classic from the golden era of Italian supercars. On the surface, it gleamed. The lines were still sharp, the silhouette unmistakable. It was a dream car for many, and for a moment, it was a dream for me too. The initial assessment hinted at a project, a significant restoration, yes, but nothing that felt insurmountable. The chassis itself appeared relatively sound, a solid foundation upon which to rebuild. There was a palpable sense of excitement, the kind that comes with potential to resurrect automotive art. We were looking at a blank canvas, ready for a masterpiece. The promise of that iconic prancing horse roaring back to life was a powerful motivator. It was the kind of challenge that fuels a passion, the allure of bringing a legend back from the brink of obscurity. However, beneath that alluring exterior, a silent enemy had been at work. The initial optimism, the gleaming chassis, began to unravel as we delved deeper. It wasn't just age or wear and tear. This was something far more insidious. The car had clearly spent a significant amount of time in an environment that was anything but kind. The subtle signs, easily overlooked by a less experienced eye, started to emerge. It became clear that this wasn't going to be a straightforward refurbishment. The hope that had accompanied the purchase started to be replaced by a dawning realization of the immense task ahead. The gleam of the chassis was, in retrospect, a deceptive facade, a beautiful mask hiding a multitude of hidden ailments. This was the beginning of a battle, a long and arduous fight against the ravages of time, and more specifically, against the destructive power of nature. The dream was rapidly transforming into a stark reality check, a brutal awakening to the true cost of a seemingly cheap opportunity. Hey there, it's your name, a true enthusiast of classic automobiles, with a particular soft spot for the Italian Marquez. But I'm not just a hobbyist. I'm the owner of a specialized workshop dedicated to breathing new life into these vintage beauties. I've seen it all, worked on everything imaginable. What sets me apart, though, is my hands-on approach. I'm not afraid to get my hands dirty, to be covered in grease. I live and breathe these cars. Honestly, sometimes I suspect they harbor a distinct dislike for me. Just kidding, mostly. The truth is, every restoration is a journey, an adventure fraught with unexpected twists and turns and daunting challenges. And this particular Ferrari car model, oh, it tested me like no other before. I want to share what happened, the struggles I endured, and why, in the end, every drop of sweat and every new strand of white hair I gained was absolutely worth it. The gleam of the chassis was, in retrospect, a deceptive facade, a beautiful mask hiding a multitude of hidden ailments. This was the beginning of a battle, a long and arduous fight against the ravages of time, and more specifically, against the destructive power of nature. The dream was rapidly transforming into a stark reality check, a brutal awakening to the true cost of a seemingly cheap opportunity. The meticulous cleaning revealed a network of rust that was far more extensive than initially apparent, a creeping decay that had taken root in critical structural areas. It wasn't just surface-level pitting. This was a systemic infection that demanded immediate and aggressive intervention. Each carefully peeled layer of old paint and grime exposed another hidden vulnerability, another compromised section of metal. It felt like performing surgery on a patient whose internal organs were slowly dissolving. The initial optimism that had accompanied the acquisition of this particular Italian masterpiece began to wane, replaced by a growing sense of trepidation. The sheer volume of corrosion was overwhelming, suggesting that the chassis itself might be compromised beyond a simple patch-and-paint job. Hours were spent meticulously mapping out the affected areas, a grim inventory of the damage. The sheer complexity of the rust spread meant that simple repairs wouldn't suffice. It demanded a far more invasive and skilled approach, one that would require not just mechanical prowess, but also an artist's eye for form and integrity. This wasn't going to be a quick fix. This was going to be a long, drawn-out siege against entropy itself. The initial assessment confirmed my gut feeling. This wasn't just a case of surface rust. It had burrowed deep into the car's very bones, a relentless enemy that had gnawed away at structural integrity. Every panel, every frame member, seemed to whisper tales of neglect and time's cruel embrace. It was like peering into the history of this magnificent machine, and much of that history was written in orange, flaky decay. My workshop, usually a symphony of precise tools and focused energy, felt hushed, almost reverent, as I contemplated the monumental task ahead. This wasn't about slapping on some Bondo and a fresh coat of paint. This was about resurrection, about peeling back the layers of decay to reveal the beating heart beneath. I started with the most visibly compromised sections. The wheel arches, those proud flares that once hinted at speed and agility, were riddled with holes. It was as if 1,000 tiny mouths had feasted on the metal. Each piece of rusted material I carefully removed felt like a small victory, a step back from the brink. The dust and debris that fell away carried with them the scent of ages, a potent reminder of the journey this particular Ferrari had taken before arriving in my care. It was a painstaking process, requiring patience and a steady hand. I would mark out the damaged areas with fine pencil, tracing the edges of the rot, and then, with a precision born of years of practice, I began the delicate surgery. Sometimes, a seemingly minor perforation would lead to a cascade of discoveries, revealing deeper, more insidious corrosion. It was a constant battle of inspection and reinspection, a meticulous hunt for every hidden pocket of decay. The original blueprints, which I had painstakingly acquired, became my constant companions, allowing me to understand the intricate structural design and how the rust had compromised its integrity. I wasn't just replacing metal. I was recreating the original lines, the very essence of the car's form, ensuring that the spirit of Enzo Ferrari's vision would be preserved. The sheer volume of fabrication work ahead was daunting, but with each section painstakingly restored, a flicker of that legendary gleam began to return, fueling my determination. The era in which this Ferrari was born was distinctly different, wasn't it? The 1980s, a peak of glamour and overt displays of wealth. Owning a car like this then was a clear signal of status, of power. Yet, it was also a time of significant transition, of rapid evolution. The world was embracing modernity, with technology advancing at an astonishing pace. And this Ferrari, in many ways, mirrored that sentiment. It boasted a bold design, cutting-edge technology for its time, but retained that inherent artisanal touch, that classic automotive charm. And I, in my role as a restorer, often feel akin to an archaeologist, unearthing these memories, meticulously piecing back together the narrative. It's an absolutely incredible sensation. The meticulous work of coaxing the original chassis back into its intended shape was a testament to the era's engineering philosophy, robust, yet surprisingly elegant. It wasn't just about structural integrity. It was about understanding the subtle curves and aggressive stances that define these iconic machines. My hands, guided by years of experience and a deep respect for craft, moved with a deliberate precision. Each hammer strike, each measure cut of grinder, was an echo of the original assembly line, albeit performed with singular focus on perfection rather than mass production. The air in the workshop, thick with the scent of metal and polish, seemed to hum with the ghosts of Maranello's past. Beyond the sheet metal, the intricate dance of the powertrain was a particular fascination. Rebuilding the engine wasn't simply about replacing worn parts. It was about understanding the symphony of its operation, the precision required to align every component, from the crankshaft to the spark plugs, was paramount. This machine was designed to perform, to command attention not just with its looks, but with its raw, unadulterated power. The thought of that V12 roaring to life again, a sound that once captivated entire continents, spurred me on to the lengthy nights. It was a complex puzzle, each piece vital to the whole, and the satisfaction of slotting them perfectly into place was immense. As I continued, the subtle, almost imperceptible differences in panel fit and the quality of the original paint became more apparent. This wasn't just about making the car look good. It was about achieving an authenticity that mere replication could never provide. The challenge lay in striking that delicate balance between respecting the original factory finish and ensuring the longevity of the restoration. It was a constant negotiation, a dialogue between the past and the present, where every decision carried weight. This wasn't just a job. It was a pilgrimage, a chance to touch and preserve a tangible piece of automotive history. The initial assessment, while daunting, had merely scratched the surface. As I delved deeper, the true extent of neglect became glaringly apparent. Each bolt removed felt like an invitation for more trouble to surface. Rust, tenacious and pervasive, clung to every metal component, its corrosive touch leaving behind a trail of weakened structures. Wires, exposed and brittle, offered little hope of safe electrical function, their insulation long since surrendered to time and the elements. Beyond that, the chassis itself bore the marks of a harsh existence. Dents and deformations whispered tales of rough handling and near misses, while corrosion gnawed away at the very integrity of the frame. It was as if this machine had somehow survived a battlefield, bearing the scars of silent war against time and indifference. The prospect of sourcing replacement parts only amplified the challenge. Modern manufacturing had long since moved on, rendering many of the original components obsolete. Finding even the most basic screws and bolts proved to be an exercise in extreme patience and resourcefulness. My network of contacts, spanning continents and obscure automotive communities, became my lifeline. I scoured digital marketplaces, whispered inquiries in online forums, and even tracked down specialized salvage yards, their dusty graveyards of forgotten vehicles holding the ghosts of what I needed. The search extended to the creation of custom fabricated parts, machining new pieces from raw materials. A meticulous and often expensive endeavor became a regular part of the process. It was a journey that felt epic in its scope, a true odyssey of restoration. Yet, with every setback, a strange resolve solidified within me. The sheer difficulty of the task didn't breed despair. Instead, it fueled a deeper commitment. Each discovered flaw, each seemingly insurmountable hurdle, acted as a catalyst, intensifying my desire to see this project through. It was more than just a mechanical puzzle. It felt like a personal test. The car, in its dilapidated state, seemed to be issuing a silent dare, an unspoken challenge. Go on, prove your mettle. Show me what you're truly capable of. This adversarial relationship, paradoxically, became a source of unexpected motivation, pushing me to innovate, to persevere, and to reimagine solutions where none seemed to exist. The transformation wasn't solely about reassembling metal and leather. It was a profound excavation of forgotten craftsmanship and a rekindling of lost passion. As I painstakingly smoothed out every dent, as I meticulously rewired the intricate electrical system, it was as if I was also mending fragments of my own professional journey. Each polished chrome piece, each perfectly stitched seam, felt like a small victory against the tide of indifference that threatened to engulf my spirit. The sheer audacity of the project, the raw potential hidden beneath layers of neglect, ignited a fire within me that had long been dormant. It was a constant negotiation between the car's inherent complexity and my own evolving skill set, a dance where each step forward was hard-won but deeply rewarding. This journey was a relentless teacher, demonstrating profound value of patience in a world that often celebrates instant gratification. There were countless moments of frustration, where a single stubborn bolt or a cryptic electrical fault threatened to derail weeks of progress. Yet, in those dark hours, the vision of the finished product, a symphony of sculpted lines and roaring power, would resurface, urging me to find another angle, another approach, another solution. The car, in its silent, unyielding presence, became a mirror, reflecting back not just my technical abilities, but my inner fortitude. It demanded that I delve deeper, not just into mechanics, but into the very core of my resolve. Furthermore, this endeavor was a powerful reminder that dreams, no matter how distant or improbable they may seem, are attainable with unwavering commitment. The Ferrari, a symbol of automotive excellence and aspiration, was once a forlorn relic, an embodiment of what could have been. Witnessing its resurgence, piece by painstaking piece, became a tangible manifestation of what dedication can achieve. It was a tangible testament to the idea that even the most daunting challenges can be overcome, not through luck or chance, but through sheer, unadulterated grit, and an unwavering belief in the process. This was not just about restoring a vehicle. It was about restoring faith in my own capabilities and the transformative power of never giving up. This entire experience, witnessing the resurgence of this magnificent machine, piece by painstaking piece, has profoundly reshaped my understanding of the value of history and memory. The vintage automobiles are akin to cherished books, each one holding within its metallic shell a unique narrative waiting to be unveiled. And we, the restorers, find ourselves in the role of dedicated librarians, entrusted with the solemn responsibility of safeguarding these invaluable stories, ensuring their preservation and transmission to the generations that will follow. The Ferrari modeled car, in particular, served as a powerful teacher, instilling in me the crucial understanding that the past is not merely a collection of bygone events, but a wellspring of wisdom from which we must learn to forward a more promising future. It also reinforced the enduring truth that, even when confronted with the most trying circumstances, one must never surrender hope or waver in their faith that brighter days lie ahead. The methodical approach to restoration, a meticulous ballet of cleaning, repairing, and reassembling, mirrored the process of recalling and piecing together fragmented memories. Each bolt tightened, each polish applied, was a step closer to reconstructing not just the physical form of the car, but the very essence of its past. It was in a delicate act of tracing the original lines of the bodywork, understanding the craftsman's intent from decades ago, that I truly felt a connection to the human hands that had shaped it, the lives it had touched. The faded patina on certain components wasn't a sign of decay, but rather a testament to its journey. Its experience is etched into its very being. This journey has also been a powerful lesson in patience. The sheer scale of the undertaking, the unexpected hurdles that inevitably arise, could easily lead to despair. Yet, with each small victory, a stubborn engine part finally yielding, a perfectly matched paint sample, the conviction grew stronger. It was a reminder that progress, though sometimes incremental, is still progress. The anticipation of the moment when the engine would first roar to life, a symphony of its past glories, became a beacon, guiding through the long hours and demanding tasks. The process of restoration has also opened my eyes to the collaborative nature of preserving such heritage. While my own hands were the controls, the knowledge and expertise of others, often gained through years of similar dedication, were invaluable. Sharing insights, troubleshooting challenges together, created a sense of camaraderie, a shared mission to keep these historical artifacts alive. It fostered a deeper appreciation for the community of enthusiasts and craftspeople who dedicate their lives to this endeavor. Ultimately, the Ferrari became more than just a project. It transformed into a living testament to the power of human ingenuity and perseverance. It demonstrated that by embracing the lessons of the past, by cherishing and protecting it, we can build a more robust and meaningful future, not only for ourselves, but for those who will come after us, eager to learn from the stories that these magnificent machines so eloquently tell. Another profound lesson this restoration has imparted to me is the undeniable importance of community. It became abundantly clear that I couldn't have achieved this monumental task alone. The journey was a shared one, enriched by the invaluable assistance of friends who lent their time and expertise, fellow restorers who offered sage advice and technical insights, understanding suppliers who sourced those elusive parts, and appreciative clients who entrusted me with their cherished vehicles. Each individual played a crucial role, contributing a piece of the puzzle, whether it was a thoughtful suggestion, a rare component, or simply a much-needed word of encouragement. This collective effort underscored a fundamental truth. When we unite as a team, our reach and capabilities expand exponentially. The Ferrari, in its own magnificent way, became a conduit, connecting me with an extraordinary circle of individuals who share an almost spiritual connection to these automotive icons, a common passion, and a deep-seated love for classic cars. This camaraderie, this shared dedication preserving automotive history, is, in my estimation, one of the most enduring and significant legacies of this entire restoration endeavor. This realization about the power of collaboration has reshaped my perspective on future projects. I now actively seek out opportunities to connect with others who possess specialized knowledge or unique resources. It's not just about acquiring skills. It's about building relationships and fostering a network of mutual support. There's a certain magic that happens when enthusiasts converge, pooling their resources and enthusiasm. Ideas spark. Challenges are overcome with creative solutions, and the entire process becomes infinitely more rewarding. This project has shown me that the true beauty of restoration lies not only in the gleaming chrome and perfectly tuned engine, but also in the human connections forged along the way. It's a testament to the idea that shared passions can transcend individual limitations and create something truly exceptional, something that resonates far beyond the finished product. The Ferrari's revival has, therefore, become a symbol of this interconnectedness. It's a reminder that even the most ambitious individual pursuits can be amplified and elevated through collaborative spirit. Looking back, I can trace the restoration's progress not just by the stages of mechanical repair, but by the faces of those who helped along the way. Each bolt tightened, each panel smoothed, carries with it a silent acknowledgement of their contribution. This network of support, built on trust and a shared appreciation for automotive artistry, has proven to be as vital as any specialized tool or technical manual. It's a lesson I carry forward, eager to apply it to new challenges and continue nurturing these valuable relationships that make the world of classic automobiles so vibrant and engaging. Of course, I can't leave out the financial aspect of this endeavor. Restoring a classic car is far from inexpensive. Quite the opposite. It's a significant investment that demands careful planning, meticulous organization, and an abundance of patience. My experience with a Ferrari model car taught me that profit isn't always the primary objective. Sometimes, the sheer joy of witnessing a vehicle reborn or the radiant happiness of a client upon receiving their meticulously restored car outweighs any monetary gain. For me, this is the essence of what makes my work truly meaningful. This perspective is not born from a place of naivete, but from a deep understanding of the unique value these automotive icons hold. It's a passion that transcends mere commerce, touching upon heritage, craftsmanship, and a tangible connection to history. Each project, therefore, becomes more than just a job. It's a responsibility to preserve a piece of automotive legacy. The initial financial outlay, while considerable, is an investment in this preservation, a commitment to ensuring these machines continue to captivate for generations to come. The satisfaction derived from breathing new life into a dormant masterpiece is a reward that no ledger can fully quantify. It's in the gleam of freshly polished chrome, the purr of a newly tuned engine, and the silent awe of those who witness the transformation. This intrinsic reward is the fuel that drives the dedication required for such demanding work, solidifying belief that some pursuits are valued not by their immediate financial returns, but by the enduring legacy and profound satisfaction they offer. It's a philosophy that guides my approach, ensuring that every restoration is a testament to both skill and soul. This restoration, in its entirety, has been a profound lesson in humility. It has stripped away any lingering arrogance, forcing me to confront my own limitations. The sheer complexity of the task revealed that I, like anyone, cannot possess all the answers nor accomplish everything in isolation. There are moments when the intricate web of engineering and design demands external input, a willingness to admit that I am not an infallible fount of knowledge. Embracing this realization, the humility to reach out, to seek the wisdom of others, and to acknowledge my own imperfections has been a crucial turning point. This journey has underscored the perpetual nature of learning, a constant state of evolution that life itself embodies. Even amidst the inevitable frustrations and setbacks, the ability to maintain a sense of humor, a light-hearted perspective, and a capacity for self-deprecating laughter has proven to be an indispensable tool for navigating the challenges. It's about finding joy not just in the polished final product, but in the messy, human process of creation itself. The meticulous attention to detail, the painstaking process of breathing life back into dormant machinery, has been an exercise in patience and perseverance. Each scrape bolt, each restitched leather seam, has contributed to a greater understanding of the craftsmanship that went into its original creation. This isn't simply about mechanical repair. It's about engaging with history, with the echoes of past journeys and the dreams of those who once guided it. The experience has fostered a deeper appreciation for the ingenuity of past generations, a respect for their ability to innovate with the resources and knowledge available to them. It's a dialogue across time, where the present learns from the past to shape a more informed future. Furthermore, This undertaking has reinforced the idea that true accomplishment often lies not in grand gestures, but in consistent application of effort and the unwavering commitment to excellence. The satisfaction derived from a successful repair, a perfectly functioning component, or a beautifully restored surface far outweighs any fleeting external validation. This internal validation, this quiet sense of pride in a job well done, is the true currency of this pursuit. It's the understanding that the value of an endeavor is often measured by the dedication and care invested, rather than by the immediate rewards it might bring. This philosophy, now deeply ingrained, guides every step, ensuring that each restoration becomes a testament to both technical prowess and a profound respect for the object itself. And there it was, the Ferrari car model, finally complete after so much struggle and tireless effort. Seeing it gleam resplendent, as if it just rolled off the assembly line, I experienced an indescribable emotion. It was akin to giving birth to a child, to the realization of a lifelong dream. This entire journey, this immersive process of breathing new life into a legend, has fundamentally transformed me. It has forged me into a better professional, a more capable individual, and, most importantly, a person who understands the profound satisfaction that comes from dedication and mastery. Today, with immense pride, I can declare I am a Ferrari restorer and I absolutely love what I do. To all of you who are watching and listening, my earnest advice is this. Pursue your dreams with unwavering conviction, no matter how daunting the path may appear. With genuine passion, relentless dedication, and perhaps a touch of inspired madness, there is truly nothing you cannot achieve. The echoes of those triumphs, the quiet hum of a perfectly tuned engine, the admiring glances, these are not merely the outcomes of a successful project, but the tangible manifestations of philosophy deeply etched into my being. This internal validation, this profound sense of accomplishment that arises from a task executed with meticulous care, is the true reward. It's the understanding that the worth of any undertaking lies not solely in its eventual payoff, but in the commitment and devotion poured into its creation. This guiding principle now informs every decision, every carefully placed component, ensuring that each restoration stands as a testament not only to technical skill, but also to a deep-seated reverence for the automotive art form. The pursuit of perfection, the art of resurrection, has become more than a profession. It is a calling, a continuous exploration of beauty and engineering, a legacy being meticulously rebuilt with every turn of wrench and every polished curve.